Hello. There is something really difficult and at the same time unpleasant to say about today's world. I'm going to cite the words of a very good and kind man, Father Professor Tadeusz Goose. Namely, he says about the state of today's Poland and other countries, practically all the world is involved in that. So he says the following: even the constitution of the Polish state does not define man as a substance. That man has no right to be a substance. This is what the Polish constitution says. Then he goes on with further examples of this bad state of man. Many order families like Benedictines and others in the West collapsed because they let themselves be persuaded that they are no longer human substances but accidents. And this is a way to a breakdown. You don't even have to kill him in a bodily way. A spiritual murder of a man consists in that you reduce him from a substantial being to an accidental being. And this, my dear, means a collapse of man. Because the Lord God created man and woman as substantial beings from the moment of conception. From the moment of coming into being. They have wanted to convince us by the truckload for several hundred years, since the 16th century, systematically, namely that man is only an accident. What does it mean to say that a given being, entitativity, is an accident? An accident differs from a substance in the fact that an accidental being is never in himself, but belongs as such to a substantial being, that is, another being. This is why Polish people have been made over centuries into accidents belonging to a greater substance, which is the Polish country. Thus the Polish country treats the citizens of the Polish nation as mere accidents with no rights to express their opinions, feelings, questions. They are only used as voting instruments. This terrible state of the human minds is present in all the world, and it must be definitely and systematically fought on a daily basis by education to save people's minds, to convince people they are substances and no accidents. For the time being, it is everything. Maybe I will do something in the future as well. Have a good evening.